Here it is. I finally got it on the channel. MLB The Show 21. We are upgrading from The Show 20 to this year's The Show 2021. Which means it's time for a new Road to the Show playthrough. Now, with this game, there is a lot that is the same. There's a lot that they've changed. I have spent a little time playing through in my own Road to the Show playthrough, off camera, just kind of checking it out, getting a feel for it, seeing what's different, seeing what's still the same. So as we go through this playthrough, I'll talk about what's the same, what's different, talk about the different changes, all that good stuff. So if you've played Road to the Show in previous years of MLB The Show, you would start a new Road to the Show playthrough and you'd expect to be thrown straight into the character creation phase where you make your character, you pick your position, your personality, all that, your batting traits, all that good stuff right away as soon as you start a new Road to the Show playthrough. There's none of that in this year's Road to the Show. They've completely overhauled the character system because they've made your character available in more than just Road to the Show. You can use it in all of these other game modes here. I haven't tried it yet, but because you can use your character in all those other game modes, there's no character creation for Road to the Show. Instead, your character creation is done all in this top left corner here. This is your ball player. This is where you change your appearance. Instead of in previous Roads to the Show, you would have personality, like your heart, the heart and soul, the captain, the maverick, the lightning bolt, those four personality traits. There's no more of that in Road to the Show. Instead, it has been replaced with this loadout here, where you can pick 3 different perks, I guess. I think they still call them perks in this. But I don't know if you unlock more later or what. But you start off with 3 perks that you can pick and choose from. And if you'd like, up at the top, you can make more loadouts. So you can, like this is kind of like my hitting loadout. There are other perks that are lean more toward improving pitching attributes if you want to be a pitcher. So maybe you have like a batting loadout and then a pitcher loadout, because another big change in Road to the Show is with the rise of Shohei Ohtani, they have made it possible for you to be a two-way player in Road to the Show. So they give you the opportunity to be a pitcher and a hitter. I don't know in the same game. I haven't tried the two-way player yet. I think we're gonna go the two-way player route for our Road to the Show here, and I want to be like a relief pitcher and a hitter. So we'll see if that's possible when we start. But in which case I will probably make another loadout for when we pitch. But yeah, and then in the middle here we have like all of our items that you can equip, like your eyewear, your glove, everything. You equip all of your items here. And then what's over here? Oh, this is for pitch types. I haven't messed around with that at all because I haven't done a pitcher yet. But yeah, this is the main hub where you edit your player. It's not done in Road to the Show necessarily, again, because you can use your player in other game modes now, which is really cool. It's a really nice update to the game for sure. But yeah, so that's the big change in regards to your player. Let's make a new setup. Oh, and also you can change the name of your loadout. So my main loadout is my dude. That's my dude, Johnny Quinn. Of course, Johnny Quinn, number 15. Of course, we're keeping him. Can't get rid of Johnny Quinn. That's another thing, too. In previous years, you could continue your playthrough throughout the various versions of the game. So you could pull, like, the Show 19 playthrough into the Show 20. I think with the invention of your player being able to be used in other game modes, I think that's why they didn't make the continuation available for the show 21. That was going to be my plan, was to continue the show 20 playthrough into the show 21. I can't do that, so we're going to have to start over. Start from scratch. Johnny Quinn's going to have to redo his career. I'll leave what I had for now. Use current rosters. So you start a new Road to Show playthrough. There's no showcase games either. The top showcase games and like the pre-draft stuff, all gone. Goes straight into your conversation with your manager. Have you been talking to any particular team, Johnny? I just want to play ball for the club that wants me most. There's one team I've heard from. Not really. But I know what type of club I'd like to play for. I swear to God, the developers of the show, like, heard me when we started the show 20 playthrough. And they put exactly what I wanted in this game. If you pick the last option in the dialogue tree, your manager asks you, what do you have in mind? And you can pick if you want to play in a certain league instead of just picking the team that you want to play for. That's exactly what I wanted. And they also have a couple other options in here too. I want to play for a team currently viewed as a strong contender. I'd love to help a team considered a long shot to beat the odds. Or you can cancel and be like, oh, I do have a team in mind. So for our new Road to the Show playthrough, do we want to play? I want to be in the American League. I don't care what team I play for. I just want to be in the American League. Just be ready to give it your best for whomever puts their trust in you. I'm kind of expecting a call here. I don't want to tie up your line. Good luck, son. And then you get this dope-ass cutscene.
You lived that in your baseball career.
It's the draft. We're waiting on the call.
It's extremely exciting. You know that if you perform, you will get the call.
We've got a developing story here. JP, what are you hearing? I'm checking the numbers. I'm talking to my
This looks
sources, my
so
scouts,
good on
and they're all
PS5
telling
too.
me, hey, this could actually work.
Most of us mere mortals.
The
when
phone,
we're
the
that age, we were
reflections.
barely chewing gum and walking at the same time, let alone playing the hardest game there is.
Let's see if he's pumping up mentally here to adapt. That's what good players do.
That dream of getting the big leagues is
The
now becoming
water,
reality.
look
That
at the
one
water.
football.
Who are we gonna get? The Rays! Okay. Okay.
Continuing our MLB Draft Day 2 wrap-up coverage, back to the prospect that we mentioned before the break. There was some surprise, even some criticism of the front office over how early he went off the board. Jonathan Mayo, what do you think of this pick?
Man, I don't think any of us saw this one coming. This definitely feels like a reach to me. You know, I had him more as a day 3 kind of guy. There was a split camp. A lot of scouts disagreed whether he's better as a pitcher or better as a hitter. I'm guessing the team felt that he's got potential on both sides of the ball, and maybe that adds some value to him. But this made me scratch my head a little bit for sure.
All right, Jonathan
No head
Mayo,
scratching.
thanks. What about you, Jim Callis?
We're going to be a Hall of Fame player for the Rays.
Or the reach of the draft, as some of the other analysts have suggested?
Yeah, you know, I talked to somebody with the team, and they're excited to get this guy. This is a guy they really want. And the 2 points the club made to me were, one, you know, this whole debate, is he a hitter, is he a pitcher, you know, what are you going to do with him? There was a lot of confusion. This team isn't confused. This team feels like he's got very good potential as a hitter and as a pitcher. They may even try to play him both ways. And they felt like there were a couple other teams that were starting to sniff around this guy. And, you know, this isn't the NFL or NBA draft where you can trade down to get a guy you want. If you want a guy, you have to take him because there's no trades. And they felt like if they didn't take him where they did, somebody else was going to get them, and they just absolutely did not want that to happen.
Jim Callis, we appreciate the time. Thanks.
All right. Gonna show off our stuff for the
minor league
Rays.
manager checks in with one of his players.
Oh, we on the
to
Montgomery
discuss a launch
Biscuits.
plan
Let's
for the young man's
go.
development.
Club is intrigued by your potential as a two-way player. You mean pitching and position play. Now, if you do not want to be a two-way player, this is where you would break off and let them know, like, hey, I really prefer one over the other. But for this playthrough, we're gonna do it. Let's try out the two-way player. We're not gonna force anything on you long term, but we like to get a look at you both ways for at least a few games. Do they have a field position in mind for me? Where do you see yourself playing? Infield for sure. First, why not? We'll give you one more game on the mound and a couple in the field, and then we'll touch base again. Alright.
Rolling along with the podcast and back on the prospect who's divided the scouting community.
Now, before we get started here, I will give you the heads up. One of my friends from work was like, hey, I watched your The Show 2020 playthrough, and here's a tip. You should really get good at zone hitting. And I was like, I suck at zone hitting. It's not really my thing. But I'll give it a shot. I'll try and get good at it. So in my personal The Show playthrough, I was trying zone hitting. I left the difficulty on dynamic difficulty. I started to get good at zone hitting a little bit, and I got the difficulty all the way up to Legendary Plus. So we're starting this playthrough on Legendary Plus difficulty. So let's just play this out. See what happens. Let's review your pitch arsenal. Johnny is a fastball, changeup, curveball. Those aren't my pitches. No. Let's have a look at them. Your 3 top options. Alright, what are our pitches gonna be? Well, we need a 4-seamer. Place screwball. Or slider, splitter, sinker. Ooh, what do we want? There's no straight knuckleball. I kind of want a knuckle curve. New pitch learned. Knuckle curve. Cool. Oh, I can only change it once. Oh, shit. Well, we have a knuckle curve, so I don't want a straight curve. Let's do some weird... What do we want our third pitch to be? Do we want a screwball? Let's be weird. Let's have a screwball. A knuckle curve and a screwball for our secondary and tertiary pitches. No more changes. Ooh, bullpen session. Well, we want to control... We want to be able to control the fastball, for sure. Oh, here we go. It's our first game. I'm guessing those like reverse arrows, that's like the symbol for a two-way player. They have us on first today. So I won't worry about loadouts yet. I will, after this series, I will probably make a loadout for pitching.
Welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation.
Oh, who's our opponent? I forgot to look at our opponent. Some sort of bear. Tennessee Smokies. The Smoky Bears.
It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next.
Your
Let's wow them. Let's get called up.
Ryan Jensen gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Well, Matty, if you're looking for innings out of your starting pitcher, you're looking at the right guy. This guy seems to deliver more often than not, going deep into the games. He's one of those guys you feel really confident that could go
Get in the zone
7,
here.
8, and even
Oh, this is something else I don't like about Road to the Show games. They don't give you the option to skip to your next appearance right from the get-go like they did last year. So you have to go through this crap and then pick, like, skip to your first appearance, play out the appearance, and then it gives you the option to hit triangle to skip to your next appearance. Like, that's just kind of a waste of time to me.
Johnny Quinn looking to put them ahead early with this at-bat.
Alright, what's this guy got? Fastball, a slider, a changeup, and a four-seamer, two-seamer. Slider and a changeup. Got a man on. One out. Runner in scoring position, too.
Swung on and missed.
1-1.
Okay. I'm always late with my timing.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
Hey, I love that pitch right there. Better execution after just giving up an extra base hit.
Gotta get back in my zone. It's been a minute. Oh, there we go.
Well out towards straightaway center.
Right center fielder.
Is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Poo-poo.
And now here is Jose Gutierrez. Flew out in his only at-bat so far.
The thing about zone hitting is if you're really good at locating your pitches, then you look like a really good player. But if you suck at locating your pitches, it makes you look like a fucking idiot. So that's what I'm really nervous about with zone hitting for this. Is like, he's gonna throw me a changeup in the dirt, and I'm gonna be swinging up here. I'm gonna be swinging up high in the zone. It's gonna be in the dirt. Everyone's gonna be like, "What you doing?" Oh, there we go. I'm a god at this game. Oh, they're creaming us. It's 9-0 in the 3rd inning.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Taylor Walls.
We need to get something going here. There's 2 out though.
So far. Ready with the 2-2. This one's down to 3rd.
Poo-poo.
On to second for the force out, and the side is retired.
At least we got a hit though.
Here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man.
We got a hit. We got our first double-A hit.
Pollard, he delivered an RBI single in his last trip.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base.
All right, 1 out. We're making the double play if it comes to us.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or we're just gonna cover the base.
Through the infield, he's gonna wave.
Oh, get that out.
Time, and just like that, the side is retired. Now to the plate, Johnny Quinn singled in his last at-bat.
If you look at their
well, at least we don't have a shutout.
Like that right now,
we did put up 1 run.
Obviously stacked against them, but I'm looking for them to show me something right here. Maybe they get back in this game. Maybe they don't.
I'm always late.
What kind of at-bats they put together.
Like with the extra,
lock in as a team.
with the extra task of like having to move the cursor, it takes me like that extra second. So it takes me that extra second to like line up the cursor, so I always end up swinging late. Like that's what gets me with zone hitting. That's the one thing I need to work on.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. Didn't mess around much in
I also need to work on pitch location too. I'm still really bad at that. But zone hitting's not bad. I like zone hitting.
He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th. From the stretch.
I was early on the changeup.
Out of 3rd.
Oh, hey,
He's got to duck away for dear life there.
That was on my face.
Fastball up and in. I'm not sure it was intended to be that far up and that far in, but message sent, beware.
Oh, hard hit
Damn
ball
it.
that'll be caught over there at first.
If that got by him, that would have been a double.
Wind up with nothing to show for it.
Oh my god, base is loaded. 2 out.
Quinn, he He's 1 for 4
Oh
so far.
man. 4-seamer, 2-seamer, and slider. All right, show me what you got, Tommy.
Hard hit ball to second. He's got it. And how about that
Poop.
right out of the bullpen? A ground ball on 1 pitch in the inning.
Missed opportunity.
A 9-2 finish at the end of this contest. Tennessee jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Ryan Jensen gets
Discipline
the win
is
on the mound.
trash.
His first of the year. Kenny Rosenberg was
First
unable
double-A
to
at-bat,
get the
first
second
double-A
inning as he
hit.
settled with the loss.
Nice.
That just about does it for Mark DeRosa.
At least we got a hit in our first game.
Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to
Still
the
at
website.
first.
The game's future stars are on display as minor league baseball comes your. Keegan Thompson is on the mound for game 2. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey,
All right,
you don't see a
opportunity
lot of
here.
guys that have 5 pitches, right?
Runners on
Sometimes it's
first
hard
and
to
second,
master
nobody out.
Even 2 or 3, but if you can master 5 like he has, he'll be in pretty
Still
good
the first inning too.
First delivery to him. Johnny Quinn is at the plate as he looks at
Chance to
ball
get
1.
on the board
Fellas,
early.
you take a look at our homestanding ball
Get
club
on the
as
board
they
early
come into
here.
this one tonight. They're coming off a good victory here in front of
Get
the
your
home
runs
faithful
here
on
in the
opening
first
day.
inning here.
Matty, I know it's a long season, but they were able to win the
Who am I?
opener, and nothing
Dear
would be
Lord.
sweeter if you could get in your car today and drive home 2-0. This is a big game. This is a nice little momentum either way.
This guy
Another
even
win
have
here,
got
and they're
a
gonna
big
be feeling
repertoire.
great about where they're at.
From the stretch. Big cut at the 2-0 slider, but he comes up empty, 2-1.
Well, he's in a bit of hot water in this first inning, but if he can start throwing his slider effectively like that, he has a lot better chance of settling into this game.
Okay. Okay. He's gotta show me everything he's got.
And he struck him out.
Boy, there's nothing better.
That's
from
the
a
other
pitcher's
problem with
standpoint
zone
than
hitting
watching
is like I want to get the first thought in my mind is to like get better at locating my pitches. So I just swing at everything, like even sometimes when I definitely shouldn't be swinging.
Oh, it's hit to third. 5. To second for 1. On to first to complete the double play. Next to hit is Trent Jimbroni. Worked a walk his first time.
Already beating us again. 3-0 in the third.
On the ground is short. This could be 2. Reined in. 1 there. On to first. A double play.
Alright, here we go.
Leading off the inning, it'll be
Ready? Nobody's on base, so this is when I'm gonna get my
Use a
hit.
spark from him here.
Offense needs to get going right here. You want to try and tighten up this game a little bit before it starts to get into
Curveball
that
is
territory.
slow as
where you're
hell.
gonna start seeing the back end of each bullpen.
Then he's gonna blow a fastball
Just
by
behind
me.
the fastball there. 2 strikes now.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout. This guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Now at the plate, Sergio Alcantara. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Ground ball sent back up the middle. A bare hit for 1.
I want to know if anybody's actually gonna like hit it to me at first, so I actually have to like do something. It's been nothing but double plays for fielding so far.
New inning set to get underway. And here
Save for
comes
like
the first
one
baseman,
play.
Johnny Quinn. The pitch.
There we go. That's straight to the center fielder.
Myers is right there, 1 down. Stepping up is Zach Davis. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Ready with the 0-1 to first. Fielded cleanly. And the inning will end as they're unable to cash in with 2 outs. Now it'll be Johnny Quinn.
We gotta get something going.
A couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. First pitch on its way. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
This offense has been underachieving.
Gotta turn off my
all day,
notifications.
putting
I always
way too
forget to turn
much
off my
pressure on
notifications
their
when I
own
record.
pitching staff. Someone has
And it's
to
always
have a
really
quality
distracting.
AB and get this
What was
lined
I
up.
doing? Jesus.
0-1 pitch pitch on its way.
I got a ball, 1 strike. Nope, outside.
97-mile-an-hour fastball. Jesus Christ.
That front door slider is a devastating pitch. By the time you realize it's in the zone, it's too late. You can't even put a good swing on it.
1 out, nobody on.
Where you gonna throw it, bro? Where you gonna throw it? Right here.
And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
Well, you have to feel pretty confident.
Trash. That was a trash game. 0 for 4.
Tennessee Smokies took the lead in the 2nd inning and rode
Montgomery notable players. Renee Pinto. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Jesus criminals. Oh, my discipline is so trash. Oh, I'm DH. You're going to put the guy that went 0 for 4 at DH. Real smart move, guys. At least I won't have to field this game. I can focus on my hitting. Oh, there we go. That's a base knock.
That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Just kidding. I'm a good DH. Apparently.
We love those lawn darts. Doesn't matter how they come. Jammed off the end of the bat. Doesn't matter.
Next to dig in, Taylor Walls. 1 in, 1 out, and
Manager says steal. Oh, God.
Runner back safely. Quinn, base runner at first with 1 out. Runners off for second. Pitch misses. The throw down. Not in time. He's in there at second.
Let's go. First stolen base.
A lot of pitchers don't throw over
I got a
twice
good
in
jump
row,
on that.
I think he was going on first movement, and it worked out nicely.
Oh my God, he went right through my neck. Jesus Christ. Beheaded.
4-hole hitter Taylor Walls. 9 at-bats for him in the series so far, and he's collected a pair of hits. Comes set, and the 0-1. Grounded weakly to the left.
Yeah.
The tag gets 1, but he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the 1 out.
I got caught not knowing what the hell I was doing.
He singled first time up. Hard hit to the left side, but taken in out there, it's short. Unlucky that time, and that ball was...
Unlucko.
So next to bat will be Johnny Quinn. Now the first pitch.
1-0.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Just a bit high with the fastball, but didn't get the call. Really starting to pour now, and the forecast is not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy, wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
Taylor Walls will be next.
Nowhere near a strike zone. Do I want to swing if it looks good? That looks good. Damn it.
Swung on and missed.
It's the second time I moved the cursor out of the goddamn way when it was right down the middle.
So now we've got a battle on our hands.
He loses him on.
Give me that free pass. Made up for my 2 mistakes.
Next, Taylor Walls grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at-bat right here. The double play is in order.
Oh, and it eats him up a bit. Throw gets him 2 down. So stepping in is Jim Haley, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. 2-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. So they pick up no runs, no hits, no errors. Now at the plate, here is Johnny Quinn. First offering on its way. Line drive snagged on a short hop.
That was just a nice play by the shortstop. I can't even be mad at that one. Did you see that?
In hindsight, it was the right choice to let the setup guy stay in the game and finish.
Still win though.
I wasn't so sure before, but the results sure speak.
What do we go? 2 for like 13. Getting that discipline back up. That's what we need. I need my discipline. Because my discipline is trash. What's this? Johnny, if you're looking to maximize your development as a hitter, batting cage is open on off days too. Good to know. Off days are your own, but every bit of extra time you can commit to developing your bat skills will make a difference. Give it a try.
All the time from people around the game that Double A is.
There we go. That's straight to the center fielder.